Hello, tribe. You're welcome to Flockie's Den, where I share stories, events, and experiences about Saskatoon and all that happens here, and also about people that have walked this land, immigrants like myself. My name is Afolake. You're welcome to the Flockie's Den. Do well to subscribe if you are yet to, and to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for doing so. I appreciate your support so far. So this is part 2 of the immigration gist. I gave you part 1. I'm going to link it right here for you to go check out. And part 2 will be showcasing my timelines. I've given you updates up to 2018, when I said I put in my application based on the miracle glitch. I will call it the game changer for my family. And so from here, I'll be giving you my timelines as we proceeded from 1st of January 2018. So guys, again, just to mention, I applied based on the SIMP OID stream. That's the Saskatchewan Immigration Nominee Program, the occupation in demand, meaning that your occupation will be in demand before you can apply. So you can't just apply. So that was the stream I used, and it was provincial to the province of Saskatchewan. So like I mentioned, I submitted the application for my family on the 1st of January in 2018, and by the following day, we got the status application received by email. So meaning that Saskatchewan, excuse me, we got to cough. It wasn't easy. So it was received on the 2nd. Then on the 7th of May 2018, that's a few months down the line, we eventually got nominated, which was, in fact, that celebration, no be here. In fact, when we got that letter or the mail that says we're nominated, in fact, I cleaned my eyes, checked it again, called my husband, see what I saw. And he was like, is it true? The joy was overwhelming. Then eventually we got nominated by Saskatchewan province. So, but that's like the beginning of the journey. That's the beginning. So after nomination, you're expected to put together, a couple of documents, because in the email, it will state as many documents that are required, some as well from those that you have uploaded on that OSC's site. And then your POF, your proof of funds, which they expect within the time that you got nominated, they expect you to submit your application within 90 days. At the time, it was 90 days. And so you have to post. Like we said, it was paper-based. You have to post to Canada, CIC in Canada. So what we did, because we were already prepared ahead, so it helps you also minimize your timelines. We had between the 7th and the 11th, that's about 4 days, we submitted our application, guys. 4 days, because we had everything ready. We were waiting for them. This nomination, we were waiting. So immediately we got it, we submitted, put everything together. I think at that time we had to do police report, those additional things. You put your POF in order. You must have had your POF running for 90 days before you submit. And so we had that already over 90 days, and we submitted in 4 days of nomination. So that also helps to shorten the process or the timelines that you would have. Then on the 16th, we received a mail that says that our application was received. In fact, you need to know what the tension was like in my house. My husband was tracking this DHL. June, of course, it's still the same year, 2018, June 29th to be precise, I had to renew my passport, because my passport expiring in less than 6 months, and looking forward to when you will be asked to submit your passport, it was wise to renew ahead of time, because it also takes time. I'm from Nigeria, and getting passport is not a breeze. So you must put that into consideration. I have to go apply for a new passport, got it in, and I sent that new data page to CIC so they can update my profile, because based on your nomination letter, it shows all your family's passport numbers, all your data, everything is there. So, and if you change your passport, it changes, right? So I needed to let them know. So I sent that to them. They updated another nomination letter based on that update. So on the 5th of July in 2018, I received another nomination letter updating my passport number on the profile. On the 28th of July in 2018, IRCC acknowledged receipt of our documents. And around that time, there was an update that said if your document is received before the 31st of July, then you did not need to do biometrics, because they were introducing that as a new requirement for immigration process. And because my family got nominated, my family's AOR, the acknowledgement of receipt, was a few days before the 31st, so we scaled that. We didn't have to do the biometrics as required. So somehow along the line, I realized that my passport update wasn't linked to my profile somehow, because there's like a back end that you check the profile, you check the process. It gives you your timeline. You have about 18 months, the whole process, and it keeps moving. You see the progress, and that also encourages you to say, yeah, we're getting there. So somehow along the line, I realized that my new passport that I sent wasn't updated. And then just because I needed to be sure, because I wasn't leaving anything to chance, I had to send like a case note to IRCC. And you remember, there are two things here. Saskatchewan is your province that nominates you. Then there is IRCC. That's like the Canada body. So Saskatchewan was the one that confirmed my updates, but IRCC did not receive my update. I was concerned, because obviously that would still change some things. I needed to be sure that everything was okay. I decided to send a mail to IRCC personally, updating them on my change in passport. All of this was, of course, like I said, it was in September in 2018. The next thing for us at that time would have been medicals. Usually there's always a prompt or a request for you to know the next things to submit, the next things to do. But yeah, maybe we were in a hurry. I don't know. Everybody, getting that nomination was already like, we should just go to Canada sharp. And we were following other people's timeline. I need to also mention here that somehow, when you're in the same boat with everybody doing same things, you're thinking, and like, there was this mother Telegram group that I joined earlier that year, and it consists of a lot of immigrants that are bound for different provinces. People were sharing information, people were asking questions, and a lot of answers. It really helped everyone that was in the group to also make each milestone possible. So at the time around August, when we got nominated, we had to extract ourselves from the group. I remember one of my friends, Dapo, thanks, Dapo, he was the one that reached out to me and said, Flookie, all of us, I think it would be nice for us to be in a particular group so we can attend to our needs specifically. So we had to beckon on a couple of people in the Telegram group, that's the mother group, that are Saskatchewan bound. whether you're going to Regina or Saskatoon. And we initiated a new WhatsApp group. That group is still standing to today. It's really been passed from one hand to the other. So many people have benefited from the information that has been shared in that group. So we created that group and we began sharing our timelines, sharing information, asking questions, answering questions, and making each milestone easy for each one of us. While you are trying to compare your milestone with another person's milestone, you begin to know when you expected to do some other things, right? So at the time, around September, we were looking at medical, but it was too early for you to go ahead for the medical exam. They hadn't sent us a request for that. But again, also from other people's timelines, it shows that if you initiate that medical earlier, of course, maybe after about 3 months, after a particular time, maybe your ARR and stuff, you will be in time for them asking for that medical. So it just flushes in, right? If you understand what I mean, it just makes it faster for you because you had gone ahead before they asked. It could be just a difference of a month, which didn't really make any difference. So we went ahead and booked. And again, a lot of people were also in the waiting list for medical. In Nigeria at the time, if you book, you probably will not get a slot until another 2 to 3 months. It was that fully booked. So we booked, and I think we had our medical done. We called it upfront medical. It was initiated by us. We were not asked to do it. So we did it on the 15th of February in 2019. So we went ahead to one of their approved medical centers it was in Legali Ayorin in Lagos, and we did the medical for the entire family. The clinic sends the results on our behalf and it gets updated. So we have to wait. It's still, everything is a waiting process at one point or the other. So you can't also rush, even though you're anxious to move, right? So from that March, when we had the medicals done, it was another long wait. From February 15th, when we had the medicals done, it was a month after, about in March 20th, was when we got our profile saying that we passed our medical. So we were medically okay to land in Canada. So that was a good plus for my family. After the pass, we had a long wait. After the medical, it still takes them about 3 months to process it. Yes, they've looked at it, but it's in between 1 to 3 months. But ours took about 1 month, which was good. Medical is about the last thing that will be required, actually, if really you don't have any issues with your document or anything that has been submitted. So after the medical, we were waiting August 2nd from March. So guys, you must know the tension that has been bubbling inside. August 2nd was when we had in progress, as in it showed that yes, they looked at our file, something changed. August 23rd, there was background check on our profile. There was background check on us we've done the police report, we've done the medical, we've done so many things, we submitted so many things, letters from my employer. They start checking whether it's true. Sometimes they reach out to your employer, sometimes they don't. They do random things like that. Sometimes they check whether you have any criminal records, you've been in jail, you said you did not, all those things. So they do the background check, which also takes a while. Then on 24th of August in 2019, we got decision made. 2 things, and then pre-arrival letter. Those 2 is beyond the game changer. Honestly, when we got the DM, it was a Saturday. So we had company at home. My mom was around, a friend of mine was around. And at a point, I just said, let me pick my phone and just check. Maybe I've missed a few calls or things. And I checked and I saw in my email. You go into your profile to check, you have a message waiting. So I went into my profile and I checked and I saw decision made. And then I had pre-arrival. Those two things, oh, it was golden then. I could not contain my excitement. I called my husband to let him know what I saw. He was so excited. When you get the DM and you get the pre-arrival letter, the next thing you are waiting for is your PPR. You know, that one, of course, when you have to now go submit your passport for, you know, stamping, Canada, we are coming. And that was it.